about the Obi endorsements. Since then, divergent views have continued to trail the endorsements of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Critics who described Obasanjo as a political paperweight said the endorsement was worthless. How do you appraise this?
Yes, Obasanjo cannot win an election for anyone. People have got to realize that he is no longer active as a politician. He moved out of the PDP and set his membership card ablaze in 2015 because he wrote a letter against Jonathan, and the Jonathan administration responded angrily to his letter. Because of that, he got angry, decided to support the APC. He made sure that Jonathan, whom he had installed as president, did not return. He destroyed his membership card. He said he was no longer interested in partisan politics, or that he wanted to be on the sidelines. Ideally, what many people wanted to see was for Obasanjo to remain a statesman and not, since he had said that he was no longer interested in partisan politics. Because I remember PDP governors and PDP leaders went to see him in Ota with the desire to have him return fully to the party. And he said, no, I'm not interested in partisan politics anymore. But when you come out openly to endorse a candidate in a race that is potentially combustible, potentially close, like the one that we are seeing now, it means that you are still very much in politics. What people want to see is Obasanjo to remain on the sidelines, give advice to other politicians, but not come out openly to say that I have endorsed a particular individual. Listen to what Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa State and foreign affairs minister under Obasanjo, is saying. He's saying, look, you, Obasanjo, shouldn't have endorsed anybody outside of PDP because PDP made you who you are. PDP made you president. You are grateful to PDP by supporting someone outside of the PDP, by adopting a candidate outside of the PDP. And I think that's the way others feel too. Kwankwaso too is saying, look, all this, that was a mistake that Obasanjo made by endorsing Obi. And Kwankwaso even went to the point of saying some of these endorsements are motivated by ethnic reasons and religious reasons. I don't think Obasanjo plays the ethnic card. He's one of the Nigerians that you can actually look at him and say, this is a detribalized Nigerian by his antecedent, by what he's done. But a lot of the politicians will want to see Obasanjo behave like IBB. IBB is still very much a PDP member, but there is a way in which he does his things. He knows that he has loyalists, mentees across the political party, so he's careful to not come out to say, look, this is the person that I want. There is a level to which you reach that you got to slow down and not be seen to be partisan in this kind of contest. Abdulsalam Abubakar, you will never be able to say this is a party to which he belongs. There's no doubt he will have sympathy for some party, but he's managed it very well. That is what Obasanjo has not done. Because Obasanjo sees himself as all-knowing, he sees himself as somebody that God gave the wisdom that he did not give the rest of us. Therefore, he believes that his opinion has to, his opinion is usually the one that reflects the greatest wisdom and all that. That is the problem with him. Obasanjo, just as Sule Lamido, I had never seen Sule Lamido criticize Obasanjo except this time. In fact, Sule Lamido came out to say, did he not attempt to do third term? Is third term fair? You know, that was the first time. And he went on to say that Obasanjo took that decision because he's angry with Atiku and he does not like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And as far as Sule Lamido is concerned, these two individuals are too strong, too powerful for him, you know, and he believes that he will not enjoy the dominance that he enjoys in the Nigerian space if someone like Tinubu or even Atiku were to emerge as a president. So he does not want a strong character to emerge. Obasanjo, as a patriot, needs to get his act right. He has to try his best to stay in the middle, because in this kind of contest, given who he is, given the level that he has reached, he has to be careful. You know, even in the US, we see former presidents, some of them finding it difficult to even go and campaign for the candidates of their party, because they are loved, there's bipartisan respect for them. I think that's the sort of role that God has given Obasanjo, but he refuses to realize that. You know, at this stage, he will be respected a lot more if he tried to be even-handed. You know, if he did not put a candidate over and above others. We said that for this contest, someone like Obi has the energy that we need for a time like this. Obi can salvage Nigeria, Obi can restore Nigeria, and all that. And he also admitted that none of the candidates is a saint, but that he believed that Obi was better than was the best. I'm happy that Obasanjo admitted that there is no saint among the candidates. Obasanjo himself is not a saint. Anyone who can allow his cousin to embezzle money in the Ministry of Defense and then went on to instruct the Attorney General to enter into a nolle prosequi so that the fellow does not go to jail, he cannot call himself a saint. He's part of the problem of our country. Because if you are truly an anti-corruption crusader, why would you allow your own cousin, Mark Onjola, to get away with stealing Nigerian money? Well, that was what happened. That was what happened. It was a palmsec. And they got away with it. They entered into nolle prosequi. The case died right there. The case was discontinued. No one will believe that Obasanjo, with all the noise that he makes about his love for the anti-corruption war, the fact that he created both ICPC and EFCC, will allow someone, no matter how close that person is to him, to get away with stealing hundreds of millions of our money. You know, so no one really is a saint. No one is a saint. And I think that Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi has really ruffled feathers. People can argue that it's his opinion, but there's a level to which you reach that you have to realize that you have people who adore you across party lines. And therefore, in order not to offend such people, you have to treat everyone, treat all of them like your children, you know, bless them in equal measure and allow them to go into the race.